What I remember first is that, I was happy in my home.
Jane and I were going to an elementary school in a little town called Alamo, Texas, down on the border.
And at some point, a local Baptist elder came to the house and took me to her house. I didn't know what was going on, but I just knew that I was having dinner at night with different people over a period of a week or two. Basically, people were deciding whether or not they wanted to adopt me. And then there came the point where we went to the courthouse and I was asked if I wanted to be adopted. In my 9-year-old mind, I was thinking that I'd see them again. But after that, every time I asked to see them, I was told that they were doing fine and that I shouldn't think about it anymore, which is impossible. I think I felt guilty for leaving my family. I had nightmares about it.
I never really knew what happened I knew Jane had been adopted, but I didn't know where she lived. And I understand now that open adoption is so out there and it's such a wonderful thing. It's much more healthy to know that you have two mothers and you have other siblings, and it's just and I think that's why Jane believes in open adoption as much as she does, because of the way it was handled with us.
I had been doing personal injury work, and in the back of my mind I was thinking, why can't adoption be better than what it was for me? How people wouldn't have to go through what my sister and I went through. And so I thought, I'll just open my own adoption agency. I had no idea it would be successful, none. It started in my law library. And within 30 days, we had our first baby. In personal injury work, you get people a whole lot of money. And in the end, it doesn't mean much, but this means everything.
Well, the whole reason we started doing open adoption is because adoptees were growing up and talking about how they had this kind of black hole behind them and basically wanted some answers to questions that when we grow up with our biological relatives, we take for granted. And then they also wanted to know the age-old question for them, which is why were they placed for adoption? And historically, a lot of times they would not provide that information to adoptive families, and so they couldn't provide that information to the child.
The most important thing is that the origin of a child is honored in every way possible. They don't really lose their birth father, they don't really lose their birth mother. And we educate parents to celebrate that, and it's just so much more meaningful than all the secrecy that had been going on in adoption.
Open adoption is wonderful because you might have two mothers, two fathers, siblings, half siblings. It's a wonderful thing to know that you don't have to feel guilty about being adopted, which would have been nice for both Jane and me. So.